Well, hello and welcome to WAM Wednesday for May 19th, 2021. I was doing my journal this morning and I thought, man, this 519, that has some relevance in my life. And I was sitting here, going, man, what is it? And my apology to my son Corey, it was his birthday today. And so when I went up on Facebook today, just got to be honest about it, I saw that it was Corey's birthday. So that was it, 519 back in 1988. So congratulations, Corey. You made it this far, brother. Have a great birthday, and I'll see you next month. All right. Well, today is our weekly accountability meeting, and we have a little bonus session this week called 14 Small Habits to Help You Lose Weight. I told you on Monday we were going to talk about health and fitness this week. So got some special stuff in there for you, but let's get started off like we always do with our accountability session for you. And I'm going to back out of here. I know a lot of folks will say, man, we do the same thing every week. Well, yeah, we do the same thing every week because we want to make sure that it gets done. And one of the best ways to do that is just to put it in front of your face every week. So let's go through this real quick and just make sure we're getting these things done. Of course, the first thing you want to do every single week is calculate the percentage of key actions that you executed last week. Because as we talk about all the time, success is really just a matter of math. You get your percentages down, you get your numbers down, and then it's just a matter of just tweaking them and making them right. So let's be sure we got those percentage of key actions. Again, go back and look at every day at your key actions, and then go back and look at the ones that you actually achieved per day, and then that'll give you your percentage. And then as you go through and see what your results are based on these measurements, you can say, well, I think if I up my key action percentage by about 5%, I'll be where I need to be. So that's the best way to do it because again, math does not lie. If we're actually doing your key actions, again, your key actions are the things that are really, really, really going to make a difference in achieving your goal. A key action is not, finally getting out of bed. So those we'll talk about habit tracker here in a minute, which might be on there. But look at your key actions for the week, and then let's always look at what victories from the past week that you're proud of. Let's give the self-conscious some ammunition of hey, here's what we did. I told you we could do this. And just get it in there and let yourself know what they were. Some of those accomplishments and some of those victories for last week, you always want to put those in there. Give yourself a little pat on the back, and then look at those and say, well, what do I need do I need to improve upon? Because there's always room for improvement. And when you get in there, look at your victories. So how could I have made that victory just a little bit better? Or what could I have done so I could get more victories this next week? And then always, always, always gratitude. Let's spell this thing out. What am I most grateful for? My goodness gracious, I'm sitting here, just marveling in this beautiful weather and looking outside. I got a beautiful view outside my window of just the trees and the grass, the squirrels playing the whole 9 yards, and I'm just so grateful to be able to have done things in my life to get me to this point. I'm grateful for just a wonderful, wonderful wife and family, even though I do forget their birthdays every now and then. But I am grateful for them. Of course, grateful for God's blessings. But put whatever you're grateful for in here. Don't be shy. Put it out. Lay it down in there. And then what will I do to live the next week to the fullest? That's what we're here for. We're not here just to survive. We're here to thrive, right? So let's look at your relationships this week. Let's look at recreation. Let's look at personal and health issues, and let's look at your work. And what are you going to do in each of these areas to live the next week to the fullest? Again, some of them can cross over, and you can double up on some of these, but let's spell out in here what are these different areas and how this is a key for that we want to look at each week and make sure that we're covering our bases here, because we want a well-rounded life as much as we can, right? And then let's look at our weeks, our goals for this week. Again, there's 4 listed here. You don't need to have 4, but you should have one anyway, right? 1 or 2. I usually have 1, 2, or 3, and then sometimes I'll scratch through one of them and just put some to-dos that I wanted to do this week. But And if you're watching my Facebook post this week, now you might want to start doing some don't do's, right? Sometimes the don't do's are more important than the to do's, because if you can get the don't do's out of your life, you don't have to have so many to do's. But anyway, goal one, put it in there and get, these are SMART goals. So again, look down here, they got to be specific, actionable, and measurable. We got your timely stuff working in other areas, but be sure that when you put these in here, check them off and make sure that whatever your goal is, you've got their specific, actionable, and measurable, so you can get these things done. If they're not specific and they're not measurable, then how do you know if your action's even working, right? So be sure that you get them in here the right way every week, and review those every day. And then what am I looking forward to the most this week? Probably related to some of those goals. Maybe it's the reward that you'll get for those goals. Don't forget to reward yourself. And then if I could accomplish just one thing this week, what would it be? And get these things planted in your mind. And again, review these every single day, so that you'll know what you need to do every single day tomorrow when you review the end of your day. How did I do? Where are we at? And then again, here's your action habit tracker. If you don't want this page, just reach out to me and get you a PDF of it. But I really suggest you just get the Phoenix Journal, because this is where this is all coming from. And it's just such a great resource for you to keep track. I was reading today where I think the percentage was only about 30% of folks even plan their days, and then of those 30%, only 10% of them get the things done that they were supposed to do. So it's really important to pay attention to all this stuff. But it is your action and your habit tracker. Again, you want to put what habits you want to change or modify or get rid of, and then what the aim is for that for the week, and then how many days and then check the days that you did it. So if your aim was to work out 4 times this week, then you should have 4 checks at the end of this week of the days that you did it. So just keep track of that and keep yourself accountable, and then we will talk to you next week and see how you did, right? All right, well, I'm going to hop out of this. Our bonus program, like I told you guys this week, was going to be talking about some fitness this week. In one of my lives, I was a personal fitness trainer. I had a little wellness clinic called Pathways Wellness Center down in Dallas, Texas. Had great time with that. We did the wellness testing and working out, and had a few Dallas Cowboys and ex-Dallas Cowboys that I had the opportunity to meet and train. Even had Danny White, the quarterback, come in one time. So I had a lot of good times down there. But and there I am in my better days. There's Donna did a caricature of me there with my my little leopard Speedo. So don't hold that against me. I won't make you look at this very long. But we're going to talk about the 14 small habits that help you lose weight. And again, I've got a new website here, a2bforme.info/fitness. It's really not new. I just hadn't promoted it on any of the WAMs or anything. But go up there and check it out. It's our Beachbody site, and we'll be promoting those programs in here just a little bit, because I just think they're so awesome. But let's get on with it, and let's go to the first page. Whoops. First page, Don. Some adults lose weight through intermittent fasting or becoming a vegan. And that's really what we're going to talk about mostly in this session. I got about 10 weight loss and then 4 little workout things. And then Friday, we're going to follow this up with a little bit more intense program for you. But others try to make such major changes that they start missing their afternoon candy bar craving, or they start craving butter. So you don't want to start doing any major changes, but because pretty soon you revert back to the old habit, and you wind up gaining back the pounds they lost plus a little bit more. And of course, we have a term for that called yo-yo dieting. And if you're tired of watching your weight fluctuate, you just may need a more gradual approach, because little changes can add up until you see a big difference on your bathroom scale. And in fact, minor adjustments are often more sustainable because they suit your lifestyle. So you want to get things that are going to fit in, not disrupt, but fit in. So we want to see how easy it can be to slim down. We're going to start with some simple things to incorporate into your diet and your workouts. And I've got a picture here of Alana Mulstein with the 2B mindset method that we promote here at A to B for Me. And this is her book called You Can Drop It. and you can grab it up on Amazon. But a great book. It's a heavy duty book in weight and content, and she has a lot of recipes in there. Of course, I'm not a big kale or cabbage guy, but she got a lot of neat recipes in there for you to kind of help you drop things down. But awesome book, and very, very relevant. So if you don't have a copy of it, you can drop it, hop up there and get one. All right, well, we're going to go through some things here. And as you look at these things, we're going to first talk about good eating habits, obviously 10 small eating habits that help you lose weight. And whenever I talk about this or give this program, a lot of people are like, well, man, this stuff's all pretty obvious. And so, well, yeah, the bottom line is it is pretty obvious. and that's what makes it even worse when you see the obesity level in America. I mean, my goodness gracious, it was funny. I'm seeing people from other cultures. Jan and I were out over the weekend, and I said, my goodness, I hadn't seen anybody in that culture be that big, but we get over here and we mess them up. So it's frustrating that it's so very, very simple to have good eating habits and to keep your weight where you need to be, but we just don't do it. So we're going to go through 10 small eating habits that help you lose weight. And the first one is cook more often. Prepare your own food because it allows you to control the ingredients. And, restaurant meals, they tend to have more calories, salt, and sugar. That's just the way it works. They have to, because that's just how their recipes are. They want great taste, want to get you back and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes they sit around a little bit, so they want to be sure that it doesn't go bad, right? Well, that's true whether you're eating at a fast food outlet or some fancy bistro. It's just you put a little bit more, and we're going to talk about it next. But you can do this. I mean, you can do it on a Sunday afternoon or just one evening. Just prepare for the week, and then just add to it. One of my trainers here recently, we were talking, and he was saying that basically we probably eat the same 6 or 7 things. We just mix it around a little bit. And if you look at your diet and what you're doing, you probably do for dinner. You probably have 6 or 7 core meals that you have, and you may mix up a vegetable here or there or something else, but they're basically the same. So just work on those and work on portions and things. But plan your meals. Write out a menu for your daily meals and snacks. And there are apps for this, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, what some of my favorite apps are. But you'll be able to tell at a glance if you're getting all your required nutrients, and you'll probably eat less. And you can do this right in your Phoenix Journal. You can plan your meals out, and you can keep track of it. And but there's again, one of the apps that I really like is MyFitnessPal. And if you go up to just Google in MyFitnessPal, there's a lot of nutrition apps, but it's one where you can really go up and figure out exactly what you're eating or what you need to be eating. You can even put in recipes, and it'll tell you how many calories, this, that, and the other. And you don't have to count calories every day. Once you kind of know where you need to be, you can plan some things out, and you'll know. I know every day when I'm doing wrong, when I'm doing right. So just but plan your meals, and it'll really help you control things. And that's the main thing, is being in control. And stock your kitchen with healthy snacks on hand, along with the other staples that you need for light meals. And you can make room for good things by getting rid of junk food. I know back in the day, I was talking with Shalene Johnson on a podcast one time, and she said that, just don't bring that poison in my house. And she was talking about her husband, how he'd bring all this stuff in. He was a ex-quarterback, and he'd bring all this stuff in, and she says, he corrupts me, So you have to, if you don't bring it in the house, it's not going to be there for you to get, right? So just, again, take control. And that's what the biggest part of this is just taking control of your life, and keep healthy stuff around. If you eat a whole bag of cookies whenever you eat one, then don't bring the bag home. Then it won't be there. The chances of you, getting out of your Snuggie or whatever it is, your recliner, or lay on the couch, you better getting out of bed, getting dressed, going down to the store and buying a bag of cookies, just because you're a little bit hungry, is pretty slim. But it's real easy for you just to walk across the room, right? So don't bring the stuff in that you don't need to be eating. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 4. Increase your fiber. Now, a lot of studies suggest that eating more fiber is really the single most significant change you can make in your diet because you got your sources of split peas, lentils, and black beans, things of this nature that you could put into your diet. And again, you want to do some research in books you can drop it and you'll see what these differences are. And you also want to boost your protein because food rich in protein is going to fill you up and it's going to recharge your metabolism. Now, a lot of people say, well, yeah, I'll just do you 8 protein shakes today. Well, no, I mean, you can have a protein shake. I put protein powder in my oatmeal in the morning. You can get a few grams of protein that way, but you want real live protein, from your vegetables and things. Plus, your body has to burn more calories to digest the foods that are rich in protein compared to carbohydrates and fats. And so you want to include some protein in each meal and snack that you have. So get out. If you don't know what proteins are, well, you can get a nutrition app like Fitness Pal. It's free. You can go up there and get it. And there's a paid version, but you can get it for free. But there's a lot of sources for you to find out these things. But start adding more protein into each meal and snack. And eat breakfast. And there are folks who advocate not to eat breakfast. I don't know why in the world you'd want to do that. I mean, maybe if you're on a fast, on a fast you're not eating at all. So, I just don't see skipping eating breakfast because refueling in the morning helps you prevent excessive eating later in the day. You've already you got that going. I mean, there was a plan back in the day. It's still not a bad plan that said eat breakfast like a king, eat lunch like a prince, and then eat dinner like a pauper. So as you go through the day, you just eat less, but start out with something hearty and nutritious. Again, I do oatmeal every day, but folks, my oatmeal's, I mean, it is loaded up with everything. I got berries and fruit and everything in there. I got it's amazing, like a science experiment. But a lot of maybe just some Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, or maybe even a bean burrito or something, or some type of something just to get you going and get you rolling. But just Lord, don't go out of the house not having anything in the morning. And then control your portions. Talked about this before. Forbidden foods can become so tantalizing that they lure you off your diet. So just reduce your serving sizes so you can enjoy your favorite treats without any guilt. Doesn't say you got to give up everything. That's how people fail on these things. They just try and go cold turkey. But just put a little bit of them in there, right? So just you don't have to knock it all out, but just be cautious of what you're doing. And don't again, if you can control yourself, you can eat a cookie. Just don't eat the whole bag, right? So on these forbidden foods, just be sure you portion them out so that you can keep your balance and keep it rolling for yourself. And then focus on whole foods. This is one of the main keys. Make vegetables, fruits, and other natural foods the core of your diet. And cut back on packaged items because it'll eliminate most of the empty calories. So if you can get fresh vegetables, go get your fresh vegetables, right? Cook those up. Doesn't take very long. I do these things the right way. But especially if you just have a meal prep day, that's really going to be your best source of keeping these things rolling for yourself. But you just got to be mindful. Slow down and pay attention to what you're putting on your plate. And more importantly, slow down and pay attention to what you're putting in your cart at the grocery store. I mean, you're just going to enjoy your food more. You'll always be more likely to notice when you're full instead of continue to eat more than you planned. So, take it easy, eat slow, just, chew the food. The worst case scenario is just, sitting down watching TV and just having a big old bowl before you know it, the bowl's gone. But take time, maybe read a book. If you're going to catch up on, we kind of advocate, we talked about getting rid of technology, but if you're going to catch up on your Facebook, maybe you eat, while you're catching on your Facebook, just do it slow. Just do your 10 pages of reading while you're eating, and that'll help slow you down. You're going to enjoy the food more again, and you're going to notice when you're full instead of continuing to eat. And then number 10 is just really the all-time most important is drink water. quench your thirst with plain water or maybe tea instead of beverages like Coke and these types of things that are loaded with calories. But staying hydrated facilitates digestion. And really, first thing in the morning, you've got to get yourself hydrated. So I tell you, part of the miracle morning, my miracle morning, every morning is to drink a full glass of water. Right when I get up, I just take it down because you're dehydrated. And this is going to help you, get your body flowing and get yourself back where it needs to be. But again, drink water, a glass of water before your meal. That'll help you with digestion. Plus, it'll help you feel a little bit more content and more full. So these are just some neat tips so that you can take. Again, nothing is rocket science here, but it never is. And again, that's why it's so frustrating when you when you look at yourself or look at the folks around you and say, "Man, what are we in this shape for?" But just be sure that you review these, and then we're going to get over here to just a couple of fitness tips for you, because one of my best quotes there, Jim Rohn, on this is motivation is what gets you started, but habits what keeps you going. So use your habit tracker that we just showed you, and if you don't have a habit tracker, just make yourself one so you can keep track of these so you know what you're doing. And so here are just 4 small workout habits to help you lose weight. And the first one is just be consistent. But that's kind of with everything. Successful exercise plan is one that you can stick to. A lot of people, they ask me all the time, man, well, what should I do? Well, you want to do what you're going to do. And if you're not, there's no sense in going in there and trying to just push weights and do all this heavy duty stuff and hit P90X every week if you're not going to stick to it. A P90X is a great plan, but if you're not going to stick to it, it's not a plan at all. So select activities that you like and maybe invite a friend to join you. That's one of the keys there. Again, right? Accountability. You have someone with you to join you, but you want to aim for at least 250 minutes of moderate intensity exercise a week if you're trying to lose weight. You can't just slouch around if you're trying to lose weight, right? But then translates into about 35 minutes a day of doing something, right? So just get out there, find you a plan. Again, Beachbody, I love Beachbody because we've got the on-demand programs it's just super expensive, $99 a year. Oh my goodness, who could possibly afford $99 a year, right? You got to have an internet connection, but you can go up there and you can nab, dozens and dozens and dozens of programs. There's something up there that will fit your need that'll work you out for about 35 minutes. And you don't have to have a bunch of weights. You don't have to have a bunch of. You can have weights if you want to. There's beast mode stuff up there, and then there's easy stuff, and there's little aerobics, there's dance, there's all kinds of stuff up there. But just 35 minutes of something each day. Just get in there and get it done. And you want to try and build some muscle because increasing your muscle mass enables you to burn more calories even when you're at rest. So, that's why, you work the major muscle groups. You do the legs and the back, those types of things, because those are your major muscle groups. If you're trying to lose weight and all you want to do is arm curls, that's not going to do a lot for you. You want to maybe do some squats or push-ups with your body weight. Okay. You don't have to go out and nab a bunch of weight. Just use your body weight, right? You've probably got 150, 200 pounds, maybe more than that on you, right? So just lift yourself. Do squats, do push-ups, but just do it with your body weight and do it progressively. You're not going to be able to go out and nail it from the get-go if you haven't done this before. Just take it easy, all right? And here we go. Move your whole body. Speaking of squats and push-ups, devote most of your workout sessions to exercise that target your whole body. And there's a ton of whole body, workouts that are all just body weight because they're going to burn more calories in smaller movements like bicep curls. Again, you want to go out there and you want to say, oh yeah, I want these huge arms. Well, that's fine. But you don't want huge arms and scrawny legs, right? So you get out there, you gotta have it built up. You gotta have the chest with it. So move your whole body and plan that out for the week. But train in intervals. High intensity interval training pays off because you alternate between brief bursts of intense activity and even briefer rest periods. So this is very, very important. Let's go out there and Google high intensity interval training. But again, if you just go up and hit $99 and get you on demand, you're going to have all the stuff in there, all the diet plans and everything you want. But if you want to do some high intensity interval training, you can run for a few minutes and then walk for a little bit, right? So just walk and run. Those are some things you can do. Don't kill yourself. You want to work yourself into this. But if you eat healthy and work out one small step at a time, you can shed the weight without disrupting your life or feeling deprived. And I'm telling you, you got this and that's the key to it, is just taking it one small step at a time, working it into your daily plan, and it's not going to disrupt your life and you're not going to feel deprived. Now, for those of you who've been through the deep dives with me, especially the Miracle Morning, one of the first things you want to do is just set that up in the morning and get a victory early in the day by doing something in the morning. And I do about 35 minutes in the morning, and that way I've got a success behind me. If I get busy in the afternoon or something unforeseen comes up and I can't get my afternoon workout, at least I got one in. So get yourself an early success. It doesn't have to be massive. Don't spend hours and hours and hours in the gym. Just do something, right? Because motivation is what's going to get you started, and the habit is what's going to keep you going. So let's just be consistent with it. All right. Well, that's it for today. 14 small habits that help you lose weight. We are going to be back in here. I'll take that nasty picture of me out there and hop back in with you. But so don't all look the same, right? But anyway, we're going to be talking Friday about a fitness strategy. We've got the A to B for me strategy. We got a fitness strategy for you on Friday. So come back to Finish Strong Friday. That's going to be our session at noon on Friday. So come back and hit that with us, and we'll talk a little bit more about this subject. But until then, we got Thrive Thursday tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. And then again, we'll follow up with you on Friday. But get this Wednesday going. You're halfway through. For some of you in the real estate business, you're probably just now getting started, right? You just from last weekend, now you got to get going again. So, but keep going, and as always, just keep moving in the direction of your dreams. And we'll talk to you later.